not fair. At least give us a hint, man. Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall? Thinking back to what Monokuma's told us, the memories that were stolen from us and what they're related to have to be the motives. You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right? So you do remember, after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. Bad. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented, you had a specific theme to it? A theme? Yep, you got it. So there's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented? The theme for the motive was... human connections. She missed the outsider world and her friends. The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections. Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was the motive it was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do. You're the one who did it! Well, yeah, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval. Okay, so time for the next question. So what was the theme for the second motive? For the second was the past, hanging on to the past, because Mondo's brother and Chihiro's lack of confidence. It was our past, right? Yay! Makoto got it right again! That time, the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets! Ka! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret. So, how long do you plan on dragging this out? Relax, relax. Okay, next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder? For the third one was greed, and Celeste wanted to get all the money. It was money, wasn't it? Greed. Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction. What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through case by case? Haha! Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now can you tell me what the motive is beyond the crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death? The motive was betrayal. In her case, it was betrayal. Precisely. You see, once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all my questions correctly. How painfully delightful. What's the point? What meaning is there asking all those questions now? Relationships, secrets, money, betrayal. These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal, totally middle of the road. But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in the world. In fact, there are many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. And they compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair. Seed of despair? Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by razor-thin line. Such is hope and despair. How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject? If you listen, you would see that I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm saying is that the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories. How so? You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope only merely existed to be consumed by despair. How could you take away someone's memories and give them hope? And plus, you haven't given us any hope anyway, man. Is that so? Were you all able to think about during the time here is to all you were able to think about during your time here was to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you proves you gave you hope. What are you talking about? If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings would never have taken place. That's why I took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave. The only reason you want us to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying? Correctamundo! Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right? What? Why the hell would we have would having our memories make us want to not leave, man? A most troubling thought, isn't it? But if that's not enough, what more distress, what more despair? I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint. Huh? Really? Then hurry up and tell us. Okie dokie. Let's say, like I said, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world. The outside world? What do you mean by the world? You mean the world beyond the school walls? So something really did happen out there. Now that you're interested in what I have to say, you want to see what's out there. I want to see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame. Behold, the world beyond the school walls. This is the world. This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into. Uh-oh. 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 Dots. Triple dots. Pentadots. What the? Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means. What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense, man. What am I looking at? Is this scene from a movie or something, right? What you just saw. All of you should recognize it. We should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane. That world is locked away within the memories that were taken away from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall. Haha! Better kick your brain in the ass, cause it's up to that gray lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse anymore, cause now it's time. Time for the class trial. I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to remember? If nobody can remember anything, Chigando, Genocide Jack would know, because she was probably being a fucking murderer outside in that world for a short time. Actually, she might remember. Who might remember? The other Toko, Genocide Jack. What? The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right? I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality is forgotten, there's a chance that the other may still have some memories. What do you say, Toko? Are you telling me to swap places with her? No, absolutely not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity. Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now. Hachoo! Dun-da-da! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer. Boy, she just gave into it like nothing. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video? Huh? What video? The video that's playing right now. Who the hell are you? Oh, I'm the Mastermind. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. That's enough. Just look at the stupid screen. Aye, aye, Roger. You got it, Captain. It's the tragedy. The real tragedy. Dots. Well, does it look familiar? I don't have all the details, but of course it does. Then you remember all the stuff it's showing, man? Of course I do. So you didn't lose your memory after all. Then why did you say something earlier? I only answer the questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know? Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world. More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it? Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy? The tragedy? Oh no, you seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss. Just answer the question, what happened out there? Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening, but it's the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. What? Why is that phrase coming up now? Because it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now. Is now? The world's been destroyed, get it? Just destroyed? Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know. Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy. Happened about a year ago. It was so big that and so bad that even the murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess I could say whatever happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As a result, in basically no time flat, the world turned out the way it did, and that's that. That's all there is to it. Come on, there wasn't a single concrete description in there, man. Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Morso saw it play out in real time. So why don't you ask her? We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you. I couldn't live up to Master's expectations. To die. This is a true tragedy. Okay, that's enough of the little lovers' quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves an outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing. How can the world just end? It's the world, man. Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway, so the world ending isn't a big deal. Oh, come on. Now that's just ridiculous. Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of Togami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning. What? What did you say? I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet. Hey, so what do you think happened to the Togami family? Geez, I don't fucking know. I'm gonna pick the middle one because I'm a middleman. Correct! Well done, peasant! But I didn't say anything yet. I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out then. Right? Till then, you're just going in circles. So no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think? But do you think it might be a disease? Getting so bored so easy? I mean, do you think I might be sick? Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated. What? What the hell are you talking about? I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives, the Togami name, has perished. Stop with these idiotic jokes. Stop and say, and said with such authority, a peasant would dare challenge us, the avatar of divine punishment? You must learn your place, peasant. You no longer are the ultimate affluent prodigy. They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to rule the world. Hell, damn, I'm getting voice cracked because I gotta switch her personality. Hell, there is no other world anymore. Remember? It all got fucked up a year ago. Hold on, that doesn't make any sense. Huh? It doesn't make sense? There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to the school a few weeks ago. But we just revealed that we lost our memories. If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then? Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that? Mistaken? Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here. Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, we just got here a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago? Oh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right? Huh? 2 years ago? Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago. Wait, what? 2 years ago? What does that mean? What the hell is this chick trying to say, man? I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. The truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So you must truly understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? What are the memories I took from you? Come on, answer me! Answer us! Answer us with your heart and soul! How are we supposed to answer? I just don't know what's going on anymore, man! Dots. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If Junko says it's true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest is only remembered getting here within the last few weeks or so, so the memories she took from us was our Hope's Peak school life. If we accept what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school. No, 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 no. I mean, no matter what anyone says. Another correct answer. Well done, peasant. Seriously? This routine again? We've lost 2 years worth of memories? That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy. And that entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten. I don't remember the last 2 years of my life. That's not possible, man. I don't want to think too. I don't want to believe it, but remember all the facts. Hiro's notes in the locker, Kyoko actually seeing her father. But that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if that's the truth, then we have to accept it. And there it is, locker notebook. 2 years worth of memories? I could never lose something like that. We've been living here for 2 years. Hell no, that's impossible. I mean, I haven't gone anywhere in the school or anything. I haven't even taken a single class. Hiro, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here. Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it? I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside? Sure, whatever you want, but I've never seen this notebook before in my life, man. Dots. Triple dots. Was it? Is something wrong? It's kind of similar. No, even more than that. What the? This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt, man. But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing. No way! It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak, but somehow you forgot all about it. Lies! It's one big lie, man! I don't want to believe it either, but there's also no explanation for this pocketbook. Huh? And whose pocketbook is that? It's mine, and the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. It's just like Hiro. I have no memory of ever writing in it. And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories. To give yourself over so completely to such simulating despair. Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning and all that shit. Figure out what? Figure out where all your memories came apart. That's the heart of all this. Where our memories came apart. Is she talking about the moment we must have lost it? When I fainted. I walked into the school and actually went into like a meeting and actually attended Hope's Peak Academy, but they just erased that shit. The moment I lost my memories, I can't think of any other time than that day. When I first came to the gates of the school, I stepped foot in the main hall, and when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation. Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that. I guess it must have been something like that. After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. And that's when the killing game started. I assumed not much time had passed since I collapsed in the main hall. Haha, but instead, 2 whole years had gone by. The reason it felt such a short time was because our memories of the time had been completely removed. You got it, honey. You got it, honey. 2 years of memories, poof, gone. Which means, of course, then everyone met for the first time wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to the time when everyone first came to this school. School life during the class year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives. But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through for the first year. Because after that, the event unfolded and hammered a soul-crushing despair into all humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, the tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. As you can imagine, the school is no exception. The tragedy even made its way in here, leading to the extermination of most of the students. What are you? What do you mean? The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Murkuro. Was it some kind of organization, an angry mob, an incredibly motivated family? You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it, and now the entire world has fallen into despair. In other words, if you see despair as an enemy, then your enemy is the world itself. I just don't understand why. I didn't ask you to try to understand. This was the tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand. Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left. So then, something super neat happened. Now pay attention, because this is important. I'm only gonna say it once. So guess what? To protect everyone who survived, Hope's Peak had transformed into a shelter. That's right, it was transformed into a shelter. I said it twice. Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become the prison. Do any of you know who that might have been? The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter was the headmaster, because they were trying to protect us from the tragedy. It could have only been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try to protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise, to say we were willing to live in the school forever. We believe we had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start. Yeah, the master put that much faith in you. Because we had the same hope. I keep burping now, or like kind of hiccup burping. That's why we all agreed to live here forever. By creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake. Ooh, boo boo, it's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So that was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe, because the cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. Oop, boop, boo. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time. By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, and all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep. You mean we trapped ourselves in here, man? And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were all trapped in here. Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Murkuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game. Me and Murkuro had come here, spending the last 2 years awaiting for that moment. And that moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax for our global despair plan. And the only reason you survived the tragedy was that you could be a part of it. You only let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying? Why? Why would you do that? Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world. What are you saying? Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up on hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why I... Well, why don't you tell me? The Mastermind did it to show everyone in the outside world. That was... What was it, the broadcast? They hijacked the airwaves. Are you talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you? Uh-huh, that's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murder is taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope. That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. And the world watched you fell into despair. The world watched you as you fell into despair and you began to kill each other one after another. Despair is is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns into despair. Isn't that the power of television? Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of you had tried to come to the rescue you. Are you serious? But utilizing the heavy weaponry installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them. You expelled them? I have to thank you all. You were all a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs to the world. But in the end, I was able to give them a final death. So you just used us to bring despair to everyone else in the outside world? Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like give and take. Give and take? You're so full of shit! And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right? Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery? And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating the world in despair was so you could experience one last class trial. If you're bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do? Dots. See, discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope. Truth can also be full of despair too, like right fucking now. Truth full of despair? That's... Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended it all. Meaningless? We've been murdering each other for nothing? Think about it. I feel like was the money real? I feel like the money was real, so like... And think about it. And also, like, I mean, we would learn about each other's secrets, like the whole secret motive. And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out. We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together. No, I can't actually laugh at that. We get it. We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me, man. A peasant begging for his life? How delightful. We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand. But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no other reason for it. And since there's no other reason, there's no other argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be? Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say. Oh, no personality swap? Huh? When you say the world's falling apart, but I haven't seen it for myself, so I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth. Until you see it for your own eyes, the truth and falsehood overlap one another. You're saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this. Well, even if that's true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you for the sake of everyone you've killed. Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them. I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction. I mean, you did kill Mercuro, and that's all it took for you to start killing each other. There's nothing but bloodthirsty animals. That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant. So what do you? Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally. Hell yes, it's funny as shit. No, this isn't just some game to us. It's murder, plain and simple. You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it, and pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault. You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep this banter. We have to draw things to a closing soon. What do you mean? I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little vote rule, didn't you? Oh, and also, since it'll be the last vote, I decided to change the rules. What? You guys are so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. Even if one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me, and punish everyone on the side of Hope. Even if just one person? Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course. Even if you don't, you're still gonna have the upper hand in all this, man. It's okay, nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right? Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing, that's your punishment. What? You mean we'd have to just live here? He's saying she'll live with us? If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me and make your way to the outside world. Enter a world that's fallen from grace, where only despair exists. We'd likely be dead within a day. What are you saying? No matter what, we're doomed. Wait a sec, I just got a hit of an inspiration bomb. Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? That audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all. So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant super impressive punishment. What? You can't just... Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us? And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down. Makoto, you're up. Me? Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you! So, let's make things clear. Everyone who has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace. If on the other hand, you decide to see us punished, then you must all leave this place. I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world. What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you go on to live your lives. Sacrifice me? But that's... What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends? No, that's not it. It's okay. You have a right to be afraid. It would seem that all those around you have realized your fertility has gone against you. Dots. Dots. More dots, sure. Guys! It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one. Besides, Kyoko, you could never betray your father, could you? What? I mean, the headmaster's only wish was for that you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here after all. At least, the least you can do is honor your dead father's wishes. Boop, 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 boop. Dots. Kyoko! One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever? So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant? Dots. No one. No one's gonna give in to despair. We're not gonna lose to you. Dots. So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Let's just hurry up and get on with it. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end, your stupid hope, your stupid life. Final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live into despair. That's not really living at all. If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy. I don't know what he just said there. All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. No! But to live means moving forward, right, man? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any other choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me, man. I need to unlock the ability to use less than 1% of my power. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out there, man. The whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feeling. I've decided. I have faith in myself. By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason you're okay in here is thanks to that air purifiers in the physics lab. Snap out of it, Hina! Dots. I've been thinking about this, and I was thinking all this time, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right? No, I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why yeah, I made up my mind. Say whatever you want. I made my decision. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living here will come to an end. Dots. I don't care either way. I find whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I've always hated school. Hell, no. No matter how I look at it, I still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us. Of course. If I keep on living, as long as I have my Master's love. All of you have a will to leave. You'll have to go to the outside world, where only death and despair are waiting. Snap out of it, fucker! Dots. What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. I never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the Mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So I can still restore the Togami family and bring it to greater glory than it's ever known. I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life by whatever means necessary. So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want? Snap out of it, girl! Give me your toes! I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend I know what he was thinking. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly, but I'm sure of anything. I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything doesn't mean we can't understand. Could it be that? No, never mind. So, Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came to confront despair without ever giving up. If that's true, I think I could call you the ultimate hope. What you think? What the hell are you? The ultimate hope. So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you said, the stupid way you treat each other. It's so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Lame, 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 lame. I'm not any kind of elite or anything. Hope isn't the talent you develop, but still time to bring you down, bitch. Final strike! The ultimate despair tomorrow, despair in your memories, despair is nonetheless, or nothing less. Fuck you, bitch! I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair, because all I have going for me is despair to keep me forward. What's going on? What's happening? You lost. That's what's happening. It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote. You just gotta pull the lever, right? Good. I'm ready to go. Yeah! Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to this killing. With our own hands. Monokuma vote. Oh, I can't think of a pun. What's a good pun? Somebody in the comments make a good pun. Looks like you got Monokuma'd. I don't know. What's something that works with despair? Oh, no, I got one. I know it's a little late. Should have just stuck to fashion. The hell? You lost, Junko. I lost? I lost? Me? No way. It can't be. Like, you still don't accept it, man? Even the ultimate despair itself is vulnerable to onslaught of despair, it would seem. But there's no use trying to fight it now. Well, that's just totally the best. Huh? This is despair? We came to the school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan, and I even killed my own sister for it. To come this far and fail at the very end? It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking about? Do you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored from the world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately, this once-in-a-lifetime experience. It is my first and last colossal despair here at the moment of death. To have that chance to taste the highest grade despair, the utter failure of my dreams. I'm so hopelessly happy right now. Wait, is she enjoying this? Anyway, so you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing. Outside is only despair, inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true. You're wrong. You're wrong. Jesus, voice crack. Huh? Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair. Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Hey, Makoto totally seduced us to his side, man. Yeah! Everyone. He said that despair is as contagious as any disease. But the same is true for hope. All you have to do is look and see how true that is. Kyoko! Stop it! Stop! I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain. Fine. Let me just say one thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the world of hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned. From this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, maybe you'll find some hope. There is a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, do you still plan to cling on to your hope? Of course, because we... Shut up, shut up! It's almost a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right? Do you really intend to go through with this? That's what was the agreement, right? Hold on! It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to... Stop it, stop it, stop it! What? How many times do I have to tell you? The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is to taste despair of death that you only get once in life, so don't get in my way. She's so fucking delusional. Holy shit. So this is how the despair of death feels. So it's so wonderful. Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time. Ha 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 ha! Junko has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. I like how she willingly goes to off the screen. Oh, is it every single one combined? The ultimate punishment. The 1,000 blows. The cage of death. Burning of the Versailles Witch. Excavator Destroyer. Blast off. After school lesson. What a fucking way to go out. And that's how everything came to an end. The final clash trial. Junko Enoshima, the ultimate despair, life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Chapter 6. I'm not reading all that out. The end. Item got. Monokuma hair tie prison. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers were turned off. Just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only thing. What was it, connected to like her fucking heart or some shit? Like some people like do those things in shows or whatever, movies where like they have like a bomb like connected to their heart or whatever, and like if they die it like goes off or something. That's kind of weird. Epilogue. Goodbye, Despair High School. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue, before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But, in the end... We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point, we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence. Especially since she was the one who was ironic. Makoto, would you do the honors? Okay. It was as if, awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of death, it had belonged to Junko, and in the end, she dropped it before us. But is that really the key to this door? We don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer. If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must leave this place. It will force you out, ensuring you die horrible deaths in the outside world. I will force you out. She said that just before dropping that. It makes sense. It would be our way out of here. But you never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's gonna make the school self-destruct, man. I mean, Junko never said specifically that she'd let us all leave here alive. You may be right about that. Maybe? But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true, man. Yeah! There's nothing to worry about. If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam up so far up. Achoo! Huh? Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. Oh, that sucks. She didn't get to see the ending. What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means me and Master can get married. And then he'll give me a jewel babe, a little jewel of a baby. Please stop. That would be the greater horror than anything I've encountered so far. Anyway, don't worry. We have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem. It's what happened after we get out of here I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks maybe that when we get out of there, we'll see that everything she said about the world is a lie, man. On the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember, man. A lie. Peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Well, I guess so, man. And how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right? The act of searching for hope to try and find it, that by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into. Is that what you mean, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away their hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty. I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go. Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I figured we could rest there from there. I could figure the rest out from there. And what are you going to do if there are no more donut shops or donuts, man? I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat. Ha! I get it now. If there's no road, you just got to build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world, man. That's my hope. I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yashihiro Higakure's life story is about to begin, man. Thanks, Hina. You've totally opened my eyes. Hey, personal space, buddy. You're seriously creeping me out. Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped into despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. Aww. If we can get out there and do something and have some sort of impact. But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. So what can we do? No. We can probably do anything. Yeah, we can do anything. Well, I guess this is a goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face. Hey guys, you guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime? You just let me know. I'll be there, man. You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but you know. I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess. I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange. I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated? It looks like hope really is spreading, as long as I never give up. I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward, with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead. The door began to open. With our hands, hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. Jesus, is that you? Turns out it was a portal to another dimension. Welcome to Danganronpa space-time. Is that it? Did we do it? There it is, boyos! We beat it! Danganronpa. What a game indeed, baby. Look at all these people. Thank you all for sticking by and watching the playthrough. That was a journey. Yeah. I guess we did it. Final thought time. I feel like with this game, it's definitely, because it's the first in the series, it's a lot easier and more like understandable than the other ones. But it's still fun. It's definitely like a great start to this kind of like game. Don't know how much of this I could keep in, because you know, like copyright and shit. But I might as well at least let the thing scroll by. But yeah. So I plan on playing probably the other ones. If you know, time permits me to. I definitely plan on starting the second one pretty soon, within like, I don't know, the few weeks, or like a week or two maybe, outside of this video getting posted and us finishing the game. So look forward to 2 for sure. I'll definitely play through that, because that one's like pretty much, it's similar to this. Shout out to Mike, who's also part of the channel. Yeah, I honestly don't know what else to say. That was a fun ride. I really hope you all enjoy. Thanks. I wouldn't be here without you guys that watched and stuck through. It's been a blast. I'm really enjoying this. It's a new lifestyle for sure, doing this kind of stuff. Obviously, you know, if we ever do get more popular, it's just gonna probably lead to a lot more frustration, but a lot more fun too. But I plan on, you know, really sticking with this. It's really fun, and I hope you all enjoy the playthroughs I go through. I don't know. I can't say for sure what else I'm gonna play outside of this. I just know for sure that this was definitely a game I wanted to start with, especially because it's really easy for me, because I know how frustrating it could be for people who watch gameplay and like they're stupid. It's like, oh man, I can't find where the soap is. I can't find the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets or some shit. I don't know. And that could be irritating sometimes. This game is just very straightforward. It's very linear, and it's really long. I mean, what is this probably gonna be like? It's probably gonna be 30 parts, 31 parts. Especially if I break off the epilogue. I know for sure that. Oh, then again, I actually can't say for sure, but I'm pretty most likely I will split up that last trial into 2 parts, and I'll probably make a separate episode for this like epilogue and my final thoughts kind of on the game. If it permits me, I'm gonna have to like probably like black out the music in the background. I'm sure they'll probably get me for that shit or something. But wow, I definitely really enjoy this game. I think it's worth the people who put their time and effort into this. It's good. I really enjoy it. It's one of the, especially if like you're a fan of like anime shit, this is definitely a game to play. And the game series itself is fun as fuck. Also, because it doesn't just expand through games, they also have like, you can watch the actual anime and stuff, so it's pretty interesting. I know there's actually like an in-between, like they made an anime specifically for the sole reason, like in between some of the games, and like you can only get the story because of that like, and so like it gets you to actually be invested in the series. Which also reminds me, I will also, if you know, if I'm permitted to, will play through another episode, which is that takes place between the 2nd and 3rd game. And it's like the weird one. I don't know if any of you have seen gameplay for it. It's like the weird like 3D shooter one. But yeah, I'll definitely probably be playing through that. Oh, is this the end of the credits? Spike Chunsoft, thank you for making such a fantastic game series. What a bunch of fucking awesome people. That's all I'm gonna say. Awesome people right there. Uh-oh. Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma. And I am this school's headmaster! Ba ba ba! He was on autopilot this whole time! Hey, I got an Easter egg. Do you want to save? I guess. I mean, yep, that's the end of the game. Wow. Yep, that about does it. There it is, boys. We made it through the whole game. So, I guess to keep this from going on any longer, especially through the credits, I think that about does it. But, I guess all I'm saying is look forward to more stuff like this if I can. I'm definitely going to try to. I know definitely as this stuff is coming out, I know Mike's got his stuff posted where we played through Resident Evil. We're playing through Resident Evil currently, 2, I should say. But yeah, that's a fun experience, especially since it's his first one. We'll look forward to that. I don't know what else I'm going to play, because I also want to like release other stuff other than these games. So I'm going to think of some stuff to play. But anyway, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching all the way through the playthrough. And, you know, I hope to see y'all in whatever else I play next, baby.